You are greatly welcome to Future Setters Institute Youth Development Show. 31. So much passion, it's filled with so much interest, and it's filled with purpose and intentionality. You see, a lot of people struggle with, how to find their passion, or a lot of people have friends that push them to do what they are not supposed to do, or they have parents that don't put them on the right path. This is actually a challenge, finding your passion, finding your interest, and also developing your passion. This is something that a lot of people are scared of doing. A lot of people are scared of doing this particular thing. And that's why we said, let's invite a very great man. Let's invite great persons to come and interact on this topic and help you to find your purpose, find your passion, and build on it, and build on your interest. It's going to be a very interesting program. It's going to be filled with so much experience. It's going to be filled with so much passion, and it's going to be filled with so much interest. Now, before we start, I'll let you know about Future Setters Institute, what we stand to do. What are we? What's the vision? What's the mission? First and foremost, I'll tell you, Future Setters Institute is fully registered with CAC in Nigeria. That's, we are registered with Nigerian government. First things first. Then we are an institute that train young persons on three things. We train persons on leadership, personal development, and work ethics. We've observed that a lot of young persons are moving around. They are looking for skills. They are looking for ways to upgrade themselves. How about we solve this problem by giving them an opportunity to harness their potential and build themselves in these skills? And that's what we've been doing via our personal growth challenge, via our professional growth challenge, via our youth development. If you are watching from countries program, feel free to listen and also improve. If you have a pen and a paper there, make sure you write down some of the great points that will be shared in today's program. I'm so happy to have a very great speaker, a great man, an awesome personality, an energy consultant, a biotechnology engineer in Chile. Is filled with so much experience. His name is Roberto Cavagnola, and it's so great to have you here in our midst. You are greatly welcome, Mr. Roberto Cavagnola.
Thank you,
Highly
Victor.
welcome.
It's a great pleasure to be here connected with you.
You are greatly welcome. So we'd love to know about you. Tell us about yourself.
Well, I almost 50 years. I am a civil engineer focalized in biotechnology concept. I had been working for more than 20 years in renewable energies projects, but mainly in projects that involve problems with the community, social problems, environmental problems, and also that requires a engineering approach. So I identify a problem that is really common, probably in third world countries like Chile and Latin America, for sure, really in Nigeria. That is the problems related to handle the waste. Actually, I am more focalized in solve problems with waste water, but mainly also in the organic waste handling. And in that place, we are identifying opportunities to develop some solutions, engineering solutions to transform the waste. That is something that no one's to keep near to your home, to your neighbor, in solution that can transform the world in the, I don't know, 10, 20 more years. So we are developing a problem of the world, the waste, in a solution that is the energy. Not talking about photovoltaic energy, we're talking about biogas that can replace fuels like, petroleum, and that kind of thing. And that is our approach that we're trying to develop here in Chile right now.
Wow, that's awesome. I must say, a lot of persons are watching and they are learning a lot already. So, moving on to our first question for today, I would love to know,
Okay.
as an energy consultant, what makes you so passionate about this field? What makes you so, energized, filled with so much passion as you are speaking right now?
Yeah, yeah. I think, Victor, that my main focus is that I am an engineer. I have been trained to think as an engineer. So in Chile, that means a really important concept because engineering doesn't have the same concept in English that in Spanish. Because the Latin root of engineering in English comes from engine, you know, machines that do something. Uh, but in Spanish, the Latin root also means how do you be smart quickly resolving problems. So it's not involved in acception of the engineering concept. It's not involved in the machines. It's more involved into solving problems. So that's why in Chile, for example, you can have tourism engineering that doesn't have anything related to machines, commercial engineers that is more related to economics or bachelor in economics, considering the European way of engineering. But as I am a biotechnology engineer, that means that I can consider a cell like a machine that do something that's really complicated. So when we start to understand it, why the engineering works is because in the medium age, the ingenios, that is more like engines, it comes from machines that can do something. You know, the catapults or the machines that Leonardo da Vinci had developed. And engineers are the people that not necessarily developed or created the machine, but engineers are the people that near and know how they work and can operate it, but also can solve problems. So the engineering that where I had been trained means a concept where you can solve and understand how the problems are creating and must be solved. So uh, actually, we are living in a country, but also in a world that we are having several and huge global change, and mainly the global warming. So I have been involved in global warming from the beginning. I understand how it happens, and the energy is more related in all the works that had been worked before. So with this particular point of view, I have identified that we have three kind of major problems global wide, you know, size or global wide and from the problems that is related to waste, water, and energy. So I try to get a mix of this problem and develop some solution that can involve all these things. That is organic waste management and biogas production. Uh, and we have identified that with the waste, organic waste formally, you can also produce biogas, but also you can produce green hydrogen. Chile is one of the biggest country that is strongly developing strategies to be a global player of green hydrogen in the next 10, 20 years. But actually, all the strategies are mainly focused on photovoltaic energy or eolic energy, and not necessarily the strategies based on renewable carbon. And that kind of concept comes from the organic waste. And that can be done in any place because you can use the infrastructure of the facilities related to petroleum industry. I think that we are going to talk about that later, but that's one of the major concepts. So as we have huge problems for the neighbor, for the citizens, you need to introduce innovation to solve the problems from the communities, because at the end we are professional, we are engineers, we are, I don't know, consultants, but at the end of the day we are citizens also. So you can develop projects for any other country, but at the end of the day you have problems near to your home. So that's why we are trying to involve in problems that affect um, public politics. So that's why I really involved in that kind of project, because I think there is a huge gap that must be reached.
That's awesome, I must say. And we have to look within our environment, and know the problems that the environment is having. Now, when we've been able to identify the problem, we should look for the problems within our passion or within what we know how to do best. So the problems we can solve, we should know them, note them down, and start profiling solutions to this problem. And that's one great thing you said today. Very great thing. And don't wait. Don't wait till you see the opportunity before you start. You can actually start from somewhere, building something, building on your passion, building on what
Yeah.
you know. It would actually help in the long run to achieve success. And another thing that I would still suggest for a lot of persons watching today: embrace self-discovery. Embrace self-discovery. If you are the type that till today you've not found that particular thing that makes you different from other persons out there, there's already a problem. So possibly they do that makes people to value you so much, that makes them to reach out to you regularly. That means there is something that you have in you. But because you look at it that it's not really important, you decide to neglect that gift, that idea, that thing you have in you. So one thing we should do is, when we've spotted ourselves, we've seen that this thing is what brings people to us, we should value that thing and develop that particular thing. Just the way Roberto is doing his own as an engineer, so also you too can do yours, maybe as a leader, maybe as a team. And you discover yourself, discover what makes you fired up. What's that thing? Ask yourself a question, another question. A lot of us, there is something that makes us not to sleep.
Victor, I didn't hear
Yes.
you well. I, I
Okay. All
think
right.
that
Okay.
the
Can you hear me
connection
now?
has
Can you
been
hear me now? Okay. Can you hear me now?
yeah.
Okay. All right. So
Repeat
one
me.
thing that we need to discuss. Okay. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? All
Okay.
right. So one thing that differentiates us from other persons out there is what we know how to do best. That is what pushes us out and makes us unique. So we have to take our time to analyze ourselves and know what we can do very well and push ourselves in that particular area. So don't be the type that listens to people. There are a lot of persons, like I said in the beginning, parents can tell you, in Nigeria it happens a lot. You want to be an engineer.
Yeah.
Your parents tell you that there is no medical doctor in the family. There's no medical doctor in the family. So they feel, because there's no medical doctor in the family, you should go for medicine, study medicine. And Nigeria is a country where you apply for the medicine, you end up getting another field. you end up getting another field, not even related to what you wanted to do. So that even pushes you away from what you actually love. So that is one thing that a lot of parents do. They make people to make wrong decisions. So when you are passionate about something, embrace people that support your passion.
Yeah.
Embrace people that support your passion. But when you don't embrace such, you don't have people that support your passion, you are on your own. So you have to ensure you build on that passion. Don't wait for anyone. Don't wait for anyone to praise you, tell you you have to do this, you have to do that. No, that is not the focus. The focus is on building on your passion. If you build on your passion, you achieve a lot of things as well too. So before we move to the next question. The next question is also a great one. I have a great question here, which says, can you share some tips that enabled you to build so much interest and passion in what you do right now?
Yeah. That's
Would you share
that's
some
a
tips?
really interesting
Yes.
question, Victor, because as you had said, I can figure myself working 30, 40, 50 years in something that I really don't like it. And I have the lucky that my parents give me the freedom to choose what really drives me, what really makes me a passion. And in that particular point, I recommend, I encourage all the people that are actually listen that you must follow your passion. You must follow what really makes you wake up in the morning and feel, yeah, that's why I'm doing. Uh, in my particular case, probably it's not a traditional way, but I always have a different I don't know, interest that the people common do in Chile, because I have a strongly and actually diagnostic HDHD, so I have really lose interest really fast. So I have continually trying to search new things that make me keep concentrated and with interest. So I have identified several things that makes me vibrate or be passion. That really was the thing that involve technology, engineering, but also that can solve problems with the people. So I have a really strong social empathy, and I had identified that the major driver that makes me, I don't know, feel really passionate is that I have to be part of the injustice of the key concept of the society, because I had lived in different places. I have seen the people that is not actually resolving their problems with the same tools, with the same opportunity. So if I can be part of be the solution of that injustice problem, I will be there. So in walking this path, I have suddenly identified this Japanese concept called the ikigai, where you can find your the things that makes you passion, the thing that makes you where you can probably the I don't know the world can pay for what you can do, and also the things that you are really good at. And in that concept, that probably all the people that is listening can have a really fast approach using the tools that we have right now. Not it's the same tools that we had 10 or 20 years ago. With the artificial intelligence, you can get your own ikigai really fast. So probably the opportunities for the young people to get the passion, or the point that where they can get the passion is really more easily to access right now. So I find that my drivers are more involved things that can get together social stuff, environmental stuff, engineering, and also entrepreneurship. So my passion will be uh, something that I can be part of the solution of that kind of problems. And when I had been working in several jobs, I have known different industries related to, um, agro industry, engineering, also government, different kind of places. So you can also understand how the world works. So you have to learn different kind of jobs. So and when you're having different roles, you can get also different people where and suddenly in that travel you can find the thing where you can be happy to work. So that's why actually I am working in solving social problems with engineering related to wastewater problems and also organic waste problems.
That's a great one, I must say, and a very valid point you raised as well too. So we need to work on our. You said we need to embrace the Ikegai strategy, which you talked about.
Yeah,
So another thing is we also need to volunteer in roles, not because the roles are available, but because you want to build on your skills, because you believe that you may not really be so good. You believe that you are not perfect. That's the right word. And over time, you want to keep learning, constant improvement. When you later on discover your passion, that out of all the things you have been doing, there is one particular part that you discover that you did very well in. It seems that that part is what you need to work on. You've discovered your strength. You
yeah,
build on your strength. Build on your strength. You work on your strength, and it works out very fine for you. So ensure you volunteer in roles. If roles are available, even in the organization, there are certain roles that you can volunteer to handle. Accept them and just take it as a process, as an opportunity to learn on the job, to learn on the task. Then also, when you are passionate about something, it makes you to think creatively. When
yeah,
you have discovered that you are passionate about something, you just start brainstorming a lot of ideas in that particular field.
yeah,
That is the fact. You begin to think as an engineer, for example, like Roberto, begins to think of ways to solve problems and do things differently. Or as a mathematician, when you know mathematics very well, you know how to solve mathematics very well, you begin to think of other ways to solve the question. These are things that occur when you are passionate about something. So don't just be in a place that does not give you that feeling of living in that makes you to live and even like have that they are something great. A place that makes you think and like makes you to be unique, makes you to be the best in what you are doing. And also, like I said in the beginning, say no to those people that want to kill your passion. Will tell you, some persons will tell you it cannot work. When you tell them, I want to be, it don't work in Nigeria. You tell someone, I want to engineer. They will say it does not work in Nigeria, that you have to go abroad. That is one perspective in Nigeria that affects a lot of people. So there are a lot of fields, there are a lot of courses to be read. The major limitation is after studying the course, you don't have the right place to apply the course. Most of the times, it's abroad. It's when you go abroad, you have such opportunity to really do things, explore options and so many other things. Maybe for as a forensic scientist, for example, you learned how to extract DNA, to do this and that. But what happened? You could not do it for real. You could not really practice it because the DNA is usually taken to different countries. The samples are taken to different countries to analyze. All this happens all over here in Nigeria. So don't worry, don't feel that it's not going to work, it's not going to be fine and all that. How about if that part is your passion, work on it, build it.
Yeah.
With time, you may actually get an opportunity that will take you to that such gifts. So make sure you build on your passion. Make sure you be in a system. If you don't have such a system that energizes you to work on your passion, you can also build such a system as we are doing in Future Setters Institute. If you don't have such opportunity to work in a place that you can put in those things, you can also create a system that can make other persons think. Another thing is, when you are a passionate person, you also create other passionate persons. If you can think creatively, definitely you also bring other people to do unique things that you have done. You have solved the problem. So other persons are now beginning to think about how they can solve this same problem that you are solving. So passion helps you to build interest. Passion comes from an interest in something, trying so many activities, discovering what you love, improving and all that. So embrace self-discovery. Try to sit down in the comfort of your home, or take a walk, or go around, engage in conversations, just because you want to build on what you feel is something you want to work on. You notice that this thing is what you want to work on. Build on it, work on it, and when you see those people, you give them distance. Give those people distance, people that don't support what you are doing. So I'll ask you some of these questions. Now, the first question is, ask yourself this question. This question is a very important question. It's a personal question. The first one says, what keeps you up at night? Ask yourself this question. What keeps you up at night? When you ask yourself this question, you begin to reason a lot of things. Is it a good thing or is it a bad thing? If it is a good thing, then it means that that thing is worth holding. You need to hold on to that thing and work on it so that you can achieve a lot of potential. The first one, what keeps you up at night? The next one, what makes you to think creatively? Another question, what makes you to think creatively? Then the next question, what makes you to try new options to solve a problem? What makes you to try new options to solve a problem? Then the next one, what makes you want to see the next day? That means anticipate more, want to do more. What is that thing that makes you want to do more? Even when other persons are so relaxed, they are not seeing anything in what you are doing, but you are seeing so much passion, so much effort in it. What do you think is the answer to this question? Ask yourself personally. Like I said, the first one, what keeps you up at night? What makes you think creatively? What makes you to try new options to solve or you ask yourself these questions? When you have these questions, it helps you to further strengthen your passion and know where you need to put in so much effort. So take your time, improve, and do better. So says, how can one build ideas in his or her area of specialty, and how were you able to do it? So how can one build ideas in his or her area of specialty, and how were you able to do it?
Yeah, it's a really important question, Victor, uh, because it's also really involved with the previous question that you have openly asked. I think that the first thing is that actual society is based on a thought that people think that all the problems will be solved by something, or in a magical way where someone is gonna put a button and the problems will be solved. So I think that we can change that, because that way of think probably drives or gives or put us in a place where the world is actually in a problem of, I don't know, social injustice, social inequality, global warming, huge problems, because people don't feel like they are part of the solution. People feels like they are part of the problem. So the first thing that I think is that the world is split, by my own personal way of thinking, in people that is part of the solution and people that think is part of the problem. But problems are everywhere. You have problems at home, at work, at university, at college, on street, on neighbor, anywhere. But that problems will continue be there if you are not trying to do something to be part of push it to solutions. So when how can we get ideas? Well, you have to first is to identify problems. Probably the young people that is actually listen to you, Victor, uh, are, I don't know, in a middle common day, they are with the earphones, listening music, but they are probably, I don't know, in a public transport, I don't know, in a bike, in a I don't know, but they are moving away from the common problems, and they are, I don't know, traveling, listening the music. Probably it's okay, but there is a lot of problems that you are actually looking every day, and they are not gonna be solved because no one is taking the role to be part of the solution. So how we can get ideas? Well, observe the real world, and think how you will try to solve the problems. And thinking in that way probably means that, well, I need to learn something, I need to contact someone, but actually identifying the problem, I don't know, is the half of the solution. You can also have wonderful tools like artificial intelligence right now, so you can get solutions really fast. But um, that means that what probably ChatGPT gives you as a solution doesn't mean that that solution is the most cost effectively, or could be the technically more involved. So, but you can develop strategies and also plans to solve the problems, because there is a lot of ideas, there is a lot of people that have huge and very good ideas, but if that idea doesn't transform in a plan, in a written plan, that where you can take it and communicate to some mate, some teamwork, well, this is my solution, you cannot advance in anything. So, my strongly point of view is that the perfect is the is an enemy of the good things that could be done. So, in my particular point of view, I am looking the common work daily, identifying the problems, because the problems are everywhere, even for you, even for your family, uh, and also reading a lot how the problems is gonna be or had been solved, in Europe, in America, because let's be real, we are not gonna discovering the fire right now. There is a lot of things that had been done in other places, so we can take the experience and do it here. But the concept is that you must be part of the solution, not the problem. Uh, that's my particular point of view, how I'm detecting or identifying solutions. But also you can talk with other people. Actually, with the problems are so complex that trying to solve problems alone is a huge a bigger problem. So probably when you have a mate, a group of colleagues, that you say, well, let's talk about this problem, is easier where you when you have an approach. But also a huge problem can be split in several small problems that can be solved before, and you have to develop a roadmap to approach the solution. But so, in summary about it, well, the problems are everywhere. The what we have is a lack of people that feel part of the solution, and also you have to involve innovation, involve technologies like, and artificial intelligence actually is a major support for people that is thinking in solutions. But also you have to be part of a group. Probably, Victor, your institute will be, I don't know, in short time, part of the supporting new projects. But also, you have to think that a huge problem is really hard to attack. That several small projects. That is my answer about your question.
Awesome. Awesome. I must say, a very great point. Like you said, a lot of young people, they use their
Yeah,
headsets, they listen to music, they, they are distracted. Movies, women, a lot of they do not really see ideas.
the ideas are flying away everywhere.
Yes, that's true. Ideas are just, moving all around them, but they don't see them. And one thing I always tell young persons around me, I tell them that every idea that comes to you, or let me say in a day, a lot of ideas come to us. But one thing we don't do is to document those ideas. We don't write them down. Even the Bible said, write the vision down, make it plain, so that the person next to you can read it. You have to put it down in writing. It's not just all about, you are listening to music, the idea just comes. You are like, it will not work. You've already processed it in your mind. It's not going to work. That mentality of it's not going to work, it's not going to work. How about you write it down and you try it out, just like you said. You write it out, you process it, you think about it, then you have some persons that you can also reach out to, like you said, reach out to some persons to, ask them their own take on the problem, on the issue. When you do this, it does not make you weak, but it makes you strong, because you've already shared it, you shared it with others, and they now think about it and they see potential in it, and they tell you, you can do it. Let's work together. Some of them will even want to support you to foil that idea you have. So that is one thing. So you need to document the ideas. Just another point you also talked about, breaking it down to short-term goals and long-term goals. That is a very big point, very great point, because you cannot solve all the problems at once, but you can solve one problem that makes your name to be relevant.
Yeah,
You can solve one problem that brings people to you. And when you've been able to hook those people, they will already know that there's an existing name that brought them into a system. Meaning that your focus should not just be on solving all the problems at once. Your focus should be on solving one problem well that can bring those persons to you. So let's work on ourselves, discover the problems we have, the challenges we have. What's that issue I'm having? What's that thing I need to develop? Find it. Then after you find it, start working intentionally towards it. And don't make it too big that it becomes unrealistic or something you cannot achieve at once. Even if the money you need or maybe the resources you need to sort it out is very big, how about you start, mapping out plans little by little to really achieve the on your own. You don't need to make it so big, just like Roberto. You can start small, and with time, you begin to see it coming out very fine, and you'll be happy that you actually see your idea growing. One person I value so much is the person of Oliver Werner. He said that it's your baby, your idea is your baby. So if it implies that you are not a good parent, if your baby does not grow into an adult, it's because you are not a good parent to that baby. Here to be small, sit down and watch it die. Just watch, just fold your arms and laugh and listen to music. Just put those distractions, allow them to weigh you down and allow those ideas to go away. But if you are an intentional person, and you want to build a world which you will be so happy that you are living in, then you need to get up, you need to stand up and start working towards those passionate dreams you have in you. You need to start taking action. You need to build a community of people that have this idea, that believe in the vision of what you are doing. So make sure you take challenges. Yes, embrace challenges, regular challenges. You've not done something before, do it. I've seen a lot of persons, I can't do it, I'm shy. I can't do it, I'm scared. Scared is my first time. I tell them, do it. I just tell them, do it. It's difficult. I calm them down. Try it. Okay, it's your passion. I can't teach. I'm scared. But it's what you want to do, right? It's what you want to do. So you should embrace it like, this is my life. The first time you do it may not be good, may not be so good, but just embrace it that I want. Dreams and reality. In, in our mind, we are thinking, oh, so great, it's already achieved. But when it comes to action, you begin to see that it takes steps, intentional steps to really get towards that peak. So it's not just, it starts from, an idea, like Roberto said, starts from an idea, you get the idea, you begin to analyze it, see how, begin to try, then begin to see maybe from the first time you don't get people to support you or be part of it. But before you know, you just keep trying, even as a personal, you do it personally. You begin to see people supporting it. That first person that supports you, you smile, you'll be like, wow. So people really value me. The interest keeps increasing. The next one, you see more persons. You just need one person to support your idea. You just need one person to be in that team with you. You just need one person to believe in that vision you have. And when one person supports that vision you have, you'll be amazed by the places, the things you achieve with just that one person. So don't be scared, don't worry, build your passion, and also find that one person that believes in that passion. Maybe you've not found that person, but I could be that person. Roberto could be that person that is ready to energize you to take risk that you've never imagined before. That is the fact. So let's work on ourselves and try your best to be with people that believe in you. Be around people that believe in you, that are ready to support you and cheer you up even when you are weak. Let's next question, which says, what can one do to leave a lasting mark in an organization? Yes.
Yeah, that's an interesting question, Victor, because mm, I probably don't have a traditional answer for this question, because uh, I strongly believe that the relationship between the people, workers, with the organizations or companies where you're working, for actually young people, is not the same that my generation have. We had been trained at people that will be working in a company for, I don't know, 20 years, 30 years. You start working in a company and you will, I don't know, leave working in the company. But that's not true anymore. That's not true for young people. Young people is changing jobs because they don't feel the passion. So for my generation, it's not the same concept like our young generation. But I feel in a middle point of that line, of that level, because I think that it's really important that we can talk about why the people get involved in companies. Because uh, if you understand your role in a company or organization, will be really too fast to understand some stuff. I think that the first point is companies are developed to seek profit. Uh, if you don't be part of the process of the company where they can get profit, you are not gonna work there, or you are not gonna continue working there. So workers, professional consultant people, also sells time and experience to the company. So it's a trading from both sides. So my particular point of view is that everyone is replaceable. So you are in a work right now, but probably tomorrow, no. You actually are in a company, and tomorrow will be in another one. So uh, my particular point of view is that when you are working, my mainly focus is get experience. I will try to be in a job where I can enjoy at most, and also building relationships. Because what I really have, and my personal experience, that the people where you work, the people with you work, probably, I don't know, in 5 years will try contact you. Victor, I have been working for you in a previous job, so please can be part of this. Relationships is more important that company, from my particular point of view. Uh, so when you're in an organization or in a company, you must be curious. So you have to be part of the solutions again, thinking to seek how you can improve efficiency and process in any place. Must be efficient, and you must be supporting your team, because the companies is based on teams, on people. um, at the end, you can new something new every day from any people, and you can learn, you can teach something new every day for other people. So peoples do the difference inside of the organizations. Organizations are based also in technology, for sure. That's the base of the business. But you as a worker, you as a person, enjoy the experience, build relationships, get experience, enjoy. uh, because at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying that work, no one to wants to be sit near or play with a guy that is, I don't know, sad and angry. So change that job if you are not feeling realized. But thinking that you can be how can you develop a difference? Well, my particular point of view is that me, it seems that I have been disconnected. Do you hear me
You're
well?
welcome.
Okay,
Yes, I can.
okay.
Yes, I can.
So my particular point of view is that we are some kind of stars comet. We are probably here right now, but tomorrow no. So I have developed all my jobs trying to document everything, thinking that tomorrow you probably will not be here. So you have to live process, written methodologies, knowledge. Everything must be in documents because uh, people later can be thankful to that Roberto or that Victor that was here before. And in that particular way of thinking, probably when you are in a new job, you are giving thanks to the people that documented that before also. So be part of the solution. And the other point is that, well, you must be the example of what you are saying. We're talking about innovation. Well, be innovative in everything that you are doing. In a meeting, in a I don't know, with your team, you must be innovative. And also, that really makes me a really good, I don't know, feel is that be part of the solution, not be part of the problem. When something happens in a company, everyone is trying to, well, that is the problem, that is the responsible. Yeah, we can do that later, but actually now we have a huge problem, the fires everywhere. So be part of the solution. We can get the experience before, or get the experience later of we can solve it and try to develop corrective methodologies to try not to repeat that. But everyone must be part of the solution. But people is always thinking in the problem. The problem is not gonna solve the problem. Is really obviously. But being part of the solution is how we can improve the process, how we can improve the relationships, and later we can take corrective actions. So at the end is for me three key concepts: enjoy yourself, enjoy your work, be happy, and please have a work attitude, because we don't want to work with a mate near to you that is, I don't know, vibrating in a bad feeling, bad energy. So for me, that's my experience working in a different organizations.
That's awesome. I must say, I must really say, I've gotten a lot of points. I've learned a
Yeah.
lot, and I also believe the audience are also, learning a lot. Feel free to comment in the comment section, our dear audience. Feel free to, share your messages. I believe some of you are following. A lot of them are following. So feel free to, share your opinions in the comment section as well too. So, like you said, learn to build relationship in your workplace. Another one is take responsibility regularly. And also, most of us push the blames. We blame people when it's our turn to say, when we did something wrong, we're not ready to own it and say, I did it. So own on to your responsibility. If you made any mistake, yes, another part which you also talked about is don't just speak. A lot of us are talking and talking and talking, but when it comes to taking action, it becomes a very big problem for us. So let us not just speak, but let our non-verbal, which is our way of acting, let our action really speak more than our words. And that is also a very important part, is try to involve innovation in that organization. So possibly through technology, maybe there are certain things that the organization is not doing via technology. You could see how you could introduce it into the organization. And these things could help to solve some of the problems in that place. And even when you leave, they will still remember who did this particular thing. So, the world is already going, it's already into innovation. The world is fully almost technology driven, unless countries like Nigeria. So there are some countries that everything is technologically driven. So let's try to involve innovations, and not every meeting can be online. Not physical. A lot of things can be done virtually now. So what is the need? Calling people, come here, come. The world has changed. So a lot of things can be done online now. So let's tap from the benefits of online. And another thing, communication. Communicating effectively can also help you to leave a good mark in that organization. Communicating, not just feeling that you know it all. Even when you have some issues, also feel free to share it out. Let people know about the ideas you're having. It can also help you to leave a good mark in that organization as well too. So feel free to build good communication, build good relationship, and yes, like I said, be efficient, support your team members, and support your people. Be curious as well too. Also a very great point. Be curious as well too. So we have the second to the last question, which says, what makes you stand out in your organization? A very great question. What makes you stand out in your organization?
Yeah, Victor. This answer is related to what I do every day. So I am working as a consultant for a local government, but also for my own consultancy. So uh, the first thing is that problems are everywhere, and the problems are not solving. Uh, so I feel really involved in support that solutions that I am strongly believe that must be done, because as you know, I am really worried about environmental stuff. I am really committed to leave a better world for my children's. So if no one is doing, someone must have to do it, and I feel myself be part of the solution. So that makes me wake up every day. So developing solutions for the communities related to wastewater problems, that is really huge in locations outside of the major cities, but also about the waste. We are facing a huge problem that's gonna blow in the, I don't know, couple of years. So it must be solved by someone. I feel I don't feel that I'm gonna solve, but I'm gonna be part of the solution. So uh, problems are everywhere, solutions, but projects that drive solution to the problems is the concept, because it's not it's not the only thing that, well, it must be solved in this way. That solution must be transformed in a project, in a plan that not necessarily must be perfect, but it must be written, it must be developed, so you can get your idea and give it to someone else to get, I don't know, funds, or get in front of a team, because the problem is that the solution is not be taken by anyone. So I think that we must combine technical and strategic vision for solution the problems, but also in year 2025, it must be really important that the solution must be involved the all three major drivers: social, environmental, and also economic and work for people. So this kind of impact is part of the solution that is not be done for several years. It can be only profit solutions. It cannot be only one solution. It must be involve all the solutions, because that is the way where sustainability is working right now. And that is the way how is we're gonna develop economical projects that can perform or keep in several years. Uh, I think that there is a lot of projects based on profit, but not only in keep or improve the solutions for the society of the community or the common good. And that is where you start developing really innovative projects where you involve companies. You can also involve communities. You can also involve, I don't know, people that is involved in environmental solutions. So I think that we cannot think that we are going to get different solutions if we keep doing the same. And that way of thinking, I think that drives us or give or put us in a place where all the environmental is not actually looking in with really good eyes. I think that we change the way of we are approaching the solutions, because that is the only way that we can have different solution. And that's my particular point of view of innovation. We cannot do the same thing to expect different solutions. So where we're as a company or as a consultant or professional, we are looking of what is happening in the first world countries. We can also wait how the public policies are changing, particularly related to waste and renewable energies, and also about the waste. But in the time that we are waiting, that we have to develop a market, a companies that can be ready to take that problems or that opportunity and develop the solution. So for me, it's very important that uh, this ecosystem must be done with a lot of companies, probably small companies, that they are linked together. They know each other. They know the people. They know the professionals. Because when the public politics is, I don't know, released, the ecosystem must be done. And probably we are trying to not developing all the way that we are thinking, but that kind of consultancies companies must be there, and you have to be part of and connected in some way. So for me, it's really important to build alliance with your colleagues, with your mates, because at the end, this is not about competitors. The solution must be done with you or by someone else. We are talking about the future of the next 25, 30 years. It's not about a company. It's we're talking about to solve problems for the environmental of our planet. That's my point of
Awesome.
view, Victor.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roberto. And I must say, like you said, we need to collaborate. We need to, work with other persons to improve. If you want to scale up, you can't do it alone. You need other persons to, work with you to make things work out fine. And that was a very major point you shared, and it's a great one, I must say. While we move on to the last question, is you share some technology. Okay, sorry. You use in developing your, would you share some techniques you use in developing your skill sets? Yes, the final question.
I think, Victor, that today it's a moment on history where we don't have any precedent of what is happening. We have several and huge problems, global scale, but also have huge tools like artificial intelligence, like internet. We are living a wonderful moment. Figure out that we are talking, I don't know, several thousands of kilometers. You are in Nigeria, I am in Chile. We have 4 hours to of difference, but here we are talking about how we can solve the future. That kind of thing you have to highlight, because that's part of the magic how we can solve. The artificial intelligence can be several problems about it, but it also has several benefits. You can develop knowledge, you can develop process, roadmaps, plans, easy way faster than probably 5 years ago. I have the experience to develop a business plan for, I don't know, 3 weeks. Now you can have it a really good business plan in less than a day. So you have to seal, you have to drive, you have to handle these tools, because if not, you are gonna be outside. You can access uh, tutorials on YouTube, I don't know, for everything, since a repair and a gadget at home, or where you can have knowledge for some business skills. So you as a person can access knowledge really fast. So the problem is not the knowledge. The problem is that, well, the ability to access the skills, the access to your to develop your mind process to access and get new knowledge. So you can actually be every day learning something else, something new. So we can continue every day, get something new to learn. uh, so you have to define your goals. What do you want to do? Why you are doing this? And that connects with our first question, our passion. Why we are doing this? That's really important, that every people can solve and answer to himself. But also we have several problems, because on social media we have several by videos with people say, well, you can be a millionaire with, I don't know, 5 minutes tutorial. You can develop this new business with these 4 steps. Well, that is not true. So you have to learn also to say no, because actually they are selling us the idea of easy success, and that is not true. The success is a final race where you can start developing skills process every day. There is not a magical button where you say, well, I'm gonna be a millionaire tomorrow. No, and also you don't need to be millionaire. So what is the success for you? It must to be answered by everyone. So for me, I am focalizing every day to get new knowledge to solve common problems that improve the common good for everyone, not just for me. Um, so I am mainly focused on public policies that I really makes me vibrate, makes me passionate about how we can solve the solutions for everyone. Uh, but also, you have to develop skills that improve your role in a teamwork. There is a lot of methodologies where you can develop agile technologies to help project management. So there is a lot of tools, a lot of skills where you can improve your skills. I studying every day, but with my focus placed on. Also, you have to develop skills related to structured and responsible on everything that you have committed to do. Uh, you have to develop, you have to honor your commitments, and also be disciplined and systematic study, because at the end you are part of the, so a community, a team. So we're involved with other ones, neighbors, mates, people. So you have to be part of that engine at the end. That is a team, is a company, is a project. That's my
Awesome.
approach of that question, Victor.
Awesome. Awesome. I want to sincerely appreciate you, Mr. Roberto Cavagnola, for such a great program, for such a great session with you. I must say, I, for one, I learned a lot, and I also believe that our audience also learned a lot. This has been a very impactful session, responding to so many questions, sharing your insights, improving, and all that. Yeah, it means a lot. And we at Future Setters Institute do sincerely appreciate you for spending this time with us. Uh, Thank you so much, Mr. Roberto Cavagnola.
Thank you, Victor, and thank you for your invitation.
You are
We
greatly
are always
welcome.
open to expand or comment our experience.
Definitely, definitely, there will be a lot more collaborations and more projects together as time goes on. I would love to give some shout outs to some wonderful personalities who have supported us so far and always motivated us to keep up with what we do. So shout out to Oliver Wena Netiga. Shout out to Precious Emmanuel. Shout out to Gilroy Michael. Shout out to Avind Siva. Shout out to M. Arun from Idesin Technologies. Shout out to Dr. Aimitas Sherif from Idesin Technologies. Shout out to Charlotte Kemp, Sanodon Paris, Asia Kekani. Uh, Shout out to all the great persons that have always supported us, to ensure that we keep up with what we do. And program is going to be massive, and it's focused on relationship, which is next week Sunday, and the topic is centered on steps to build a healthy relationship with people. Steps to build a healthy relationship with people, and we're going to be having great speakers. So we are expecting two speakers. The person of Palesa Petunia Kosi. I think they are both from Africa. We have Palesa Petunia Kosi, and we have Moziu Hak. Moziu Hak. I think they are both from Africa. So it's going to be a very great session next Sunday. Feel free to be part of this program, which is going to be next Sunday, still same time by 3 p.m. West African time. Let's interact, let's improve, and let's grow together. Once more, I do sincerely appreciate each and every one of you for being in today's program. And I'm sure, Roberto, you did so well. I'm sure you are so happy, and has been a very great session. So before we wrap up today's session, we'd love to hear you give advice, a 1 minute advice to the young persons watching from all over the world. We just give them an advice, and then we wrap up immediately. So in 1 minute.
Victor, we are living a special times. You can access all the humanity knowledge with your cell phone on your hand. So be part of the solution of the problems. At the end, that's the major difference. There's a lot of problems everywhere. Solutions is what we have a lack of in entire society. We cannot we cannot
once more.
continue developing the way that we are doing because we are not gonna get different solutions if we continue doing the same. So get innovative, apply the innovation on your day to day, and be happy. Enjoy what you're doing.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Roberto Cavagnola. Thank you so much, everyone, for being in today's program. Once more, I do sincerely appreciate each and every one of you for being with us today. Once more, do have a wonderful evening from over here in Nigeria and to everyone.